Hello and welcome to this data service instructional video. My name is JT and I will be walking you through iTracker Teams. It's a product of Data Service Center, so you can, and also something else about iTracker Teams is right now 504 is found inside of iTracker Teams. Eventually we hope to peel 504 out of iTracker Teams, but right now this is where you're going to go to find the 504 forms. So to start with, you actually need to go to the DSC homepage, and then from there you can select this from, once it's been added, you can select it from your list of applications. If it's not in your list of applications, please reach out to our help desk and they can add it to your list of applications. Um, so once you select this application from the list, it will bring you to this main page here, the iTracker Teams homepage. A few notes about this video. While we're going through, I'm going to do my best to blur out all student data because the data is live and it is real. So for student security, I'm going to blur that information out. And what that means in regards to this video is that there are going to be large chunks of the screen during the video that are probably blurred out. I'm really sorry about that. I hope that it won't affect the functionality of the video. Hopefully it'll still be useful. We don't actually have like a test page, so all of the data I use is live. So um, I'll be blurring it out. And I don't know if you can hear my kids crying in the background, but ain't working from home great. So we're gonna keep on moving. All right, from here you can remember that all of our forms are tied directly to students. So to start, what you're going to want to do is search for a student. So if you want to add a form, you actually have to search the student that you want to add the form to. You can also view a student's forms this way as well. So there's two ways you can search from the home page. One way is you can type in the student's name up top and then hit enter, and it'll take you to a list of students with that name, or it'll take you, if there's only one student, it'll take you directly to that student's page. Or you can hit this little spyglass up here, or you can hit student search. Those both take you to the same page, which is our student search page, which looks like this. So from our student search page, you'll see that all of the search fields don't have asterisks next to them, so that if they were required, they would have a little red asterisk, and these are not required. So you can leave all these fields blank, hit search, and it'll search all active students in your school, and it'll just give you a long alphabetized list, alphabetized by last name, of all the students, which is what I'm going to do. But before I do that, one other note, you'll see here it says enrollment status. We get a lot of questions about what about if I have a student who just left the school and is no longer enrolled. Well, if you're looking for data for that student to print out and send with them in their record or something like that, you can select all students from the drop down, and it will search all students that were at your school at one point. So your inactive students, your students who have left, you can find those students that way. All right, back to active students. I'm just going to hit the search bar, and I'm going to blur out this search, but what you would see is the student's ID, their homeroom, their grade, and the date they entered the school, and the student's name. So the student's name is underlined and highlighted in blue. Anytime you see a student's name in any of our systems that's underlined and highlighted in blue, you can select that student's name and it'll take you to their student detail page. So this is what the student's detail page looks like. And from here, if the student had, and again, our student detail card would be completely, is going to be blurred out. But what you can see from here is that there's this little add form button down at the bottom. And below this, if there were any forms for this specific student, you would see those forms below the add form button. So as you add forms, they'll just drop right into the student detail page and you can see them from here. All right, so what I can do is in this drop down, I have, scroll down. In this drop down, I have um, one test form that I've put in. So I'm going to add the Section 504 accommodation plan test to this student's profile page. So add form, and it'll take me to that form to fill out. So once I'm on this form, you'll see there are several fields that I need to fill out, and I'm going to quickly scroll down past the student data. So anywhere where you see a little red asterisk, that means that it is a required field. So date of meeting is required. I'm going to set that as today. Um, and then anything that doesn't have an asterisk is not required. So I'm just going to enter some test data in. So you'll see what it looks like when it merges on. Okay, so, and as you go through, you'll see there are several fields here. So like area of difficulty 1, and then all the accommodations and people responsible for that. Um, And you'll see that this specific form is incredibly long. They're not all this long. Once I get done filling out all this information, or all the important information, of course you don't have to fill out every field, just the ones that you need. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. One other thing, the way this works is to merge um, someone's title on that might not be in here. So you see we have all this information, and let's say that I don't know, that a principal needs to come. So other title would be principal. So I might type in principal here, and then other name one would be the principal's name. So this would be the title of that person. It will merge into the title field. This will be the name of that person. It'll merge into the name field. So, and then the same thing with other two, other name two, other title two, other name two. And then so the title would be the title of that person. The name would be the name of the person who has that title. All right. So with that said, when I'm done, I will go ahead and save this form. And it should take me back to the student detail page. So it's going to tell me up here, there'll be a little green box that tells me that it's been saved, and then the form will be found below the student's profile. All right, so I'm going to scroll down real quick and show you how to print this off. So if you need to print this form, you can select the little triangle next to edit. And again, if you need to edit it, you can go into edit and it'll allow you to edit the form from here. And it'll also give you some information across the top here on about what's in this form. So if I want to print this form, I can either print it to PDF or print it to Word. For some forms, in this form in particular, you're probably going to want to print it to Word, and I will show you why. So if I select print to Word, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the merged document over and show you what it looks like. So before I do that, though, let me minimize this because it makes my life a lot easier, and I'll bring this over. All right, so this is what the form will look like. Of course, it's not going to have Red Clay's header unless you're watching this video from Red Clay. But this is the form with all the merge fields. So you see this is what all the merge fields. This is what it looks like when I set it up. So when you scroll down, your student, the student that you're filling this out for, might not have as many areas of difficulty as there are on this form. So if that's the case, when you print this form out, all of these boxes will be blank. So what you can do is you can just highlight this whole table and delete it. If there's no, because there's no need to have all this extra information on here that's not needed. So if I didn't have an area of difficulty 6, I can just highlight this whole table, hit delete, and it'll delete it off, and then I don't have to worry about it. And then I can also adjust some of the margins. So some of the weird things that happen is when you're merging information on, sometimes the information is long and it creates weird spacing issues because we didn't, like, I can't accommodate for all spacing issues when I set it up. So this allows you to go back in and sort of tidy the form up as needed if you need to do that. Also at the bottom, I will show you how it merges in. So when it says other title, that'll be coming in here where it says other. So we're going to put an other title there. And then right next to that will be the name. So instead of teacher, it would say principal, and then the principal's name where you put other one. So, all right. That's what the form looks like. All right, let's exit out of that. Let's bring this back up. Okay. You can also print all forms from the bottom here, and then I'm going to quickly scroll up and go back to the main menu. So now if I want to see we have a couple different searches. We've got this completed form report over here, and then all of those can also be found across the top in this little menu. But what I would do is I think the best search that we have is probably this completed form search. And you can look at this completed form search, and you can search by teacher, you can search by course, you can search by grade. Of course, you can search by active students or all students again. And you can also search by date, or you can search by specific form, or created by, sorry, or by specific form, which is right here. So you can search by specific form as well. So this allows you to look at the forms, really kind of dig down into specifically what it is that you're looking for. Once you are done, or you can leave them all blank. You can leave them all blank, and you can select search, and it'll search all forms. So select search, and you'll see the form that we just filled in is right there, and it tells you, it gives you a summary of all the information, what the form is, the student's name, ID, homeroom, and the user that entered that information. And then from here, you can edit or print the form. So you can find forms that way as well. So take you back to the main menu. That is pretty much the long and the short of this, of how this eye tracker, that didn't take me back to the main menu. What happened? There we go. All right. That's pretty much the long and the short of this specific application. I'm sorry for all the craziness. I am working from home and my kids decided to come in. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, or you can reach out to the help desk. They are always incredibly helpful, hence the name help desk. So yeah, feel free to reach out. All right, thanks for watching.